FM, Citra Generasi Informatif.
I was walking down the street the other day, trying to distract myself, but then I see your face. Oh wait, that's someone else. Trying to play it coy, trying to make it disappear. But just like the Battle of Troy, there's nothing subtle here. In my room there's a king-size space, bigger than it used to be. If you want, you can rent that place. Call me an amenity. Even if it's in my dreams. Ooh, it's taking up a fraction of my mind. Ooh, every time I watch you serpentine. Oh, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. Oh, trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying not to think about you. No, 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 not to think about you. Oh, no, 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 I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. Oh, trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying not to give in to you. No, 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 not to give in to you. Oh, with my feelings on fire, guess I'm a bad liar. I see how your tension builds. It's like looking in a mirror. You're touched like a happy pill, but still all we do is fear. What could possibly happen next? Can we focus on the love? Paint my kiss across your chest. If you're the eye, I'll be the brush. Ooh, it's taking up a fraction of my mind. Ooh, every time I watch you serpentine. Oh, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. Oh, trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying not to think about you. No, 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 not to think about you. Oh, no, 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 I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. Oh, trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying not to give in to you. Oh, no, 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 not to give in to you. Oh, with my feelings on fire, guess I'm a bad liar. And oh, baby, let's make reality, actuality, reality. Oh, baby, let's make reality, actuality, reality. Oh, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. Oh, trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying not to think about you. No, 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 not to think about you. No, 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 I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. Oh, trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying not to give in to you. No, 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 not to give in to you. Oh, with my feelings on fire, guess I'm a bad liar.
Hi, me, Medwan. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, so to all listeners out there, we are now today to discuss, I would say, an intriguing topic, which is the most common mistakes by Malaysian students. All right. Okay, if you still remember last week in previous slot, we have discussed about confusing English words.
Confusing
English words. So we discussed about the word affect and effect among the examples. Okay, and I would say that today's topic is more or less the same. Okay, it's just that it vary by it's different by the functions. Okay, and the use. All right. For example, today. Anyway, why do you think we used to learn the common mistakes done by Malaysian students? Are you still a student anyway?
Yeah, I'm still.
Okay.
Okay.
So why do you think we need to learn?
Because we have to,
Mhm.
because we use the language for the formal.
Yes. This is something that we use every day.
Yes.
So,
Speci-
as people say that to err is human and we learn from mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that we need to put a stop to the common mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, or else, it would become very common to an extent that it is acceptable among
Mm-hmm.
the society. For example, okay, before we move on to another song, I would
Mhm.
like to give an example. The most common one is the word invite.
Mm-hmm.
Invite means in Bahasa, it means
Jemput.
jemput.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, invites and invitations are
Mhm.
two different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, and they belong to different category, which
Mhm.
means they belong to different part of speech.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, invite belongs to verb,
Mm-hmm.
which means menjemput,
Menjemput.
while invitation on the other hand means
Jemputan.
jemputan.
Mhm.
It's a noun,
Noun.
kata nama.
Kata nama.
Alright, so since these two belongs to different category, part of
Mhm.
speech, so we can say that the the function or the use of these two words can affect the whole meaning if we
Mhm.
use it wrongly.
Mhm.
For example, the one that I gave in my Facebook status,
Mhm.
I appreciate the invite. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
That is wrong.
Mhm.
We should have said, I appreciate the invitation. Thank you for
Yes.
the invitation.
Mhm.
But nowadays, of late, I noticed that the word invite, oh, thank you for the invite,
Mhm.
has become, a culture.
Mhm.
Okay, something common, very
Mhm,
common. That's
mhm.
why our topic for today is common mistakes,
Mhm.
because we are discussing things which has become common among our society, but it is still not right.
But I think because they use invite because they are not confirm what is the
Yes,
correct words of that,
Mhm.
but they will still want to try to speak.
They
in
just
English.
assume.
Yes, they
So-
just assume.
Yeah, so that is why now in our slot for Fun Friday with English,
Mhm.
we need to put. I think we need to put a stop to the
Mhm.
common mistake.
Mhm.
All right, so
Alright.
that people learn from our mistake, and then we can find some useful advice here to make our use of English the best it can be.
Mhm.
So stay tuned with us.
Yes, after
Okay.
this.
So after this, we'll be discussing more examples. So stay
Alright.
tuned.
Okay.
The club isn't the best place to find the lovers, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends sat at the table doing shots, tripping fast, and then we talk slow. And you come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. 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 Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. When we came, we let the story begin. We're going out on our first date. You and me are thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour and how your family's doing okay. And leaving, getting a taxi, kissing the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, Let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. 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 Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby, come on. 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 I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you.
My Suara FM Citra Generasi Informatif. Kita bercakap tentang kesalahan pelajar-pelajar Malaysia dalam penggunaan bahasa Inggeris hari ini. The common mistake among Malaysian student in Fun Friday with English. Okay.
Alright, so for those who just listen to us, we are now discussing common mistakes. I would say that probably this is not only done by Malaysian students, it can also be committed by anyone, isn't it? But I at first I put it as Malaysian students because this is something that I have collected from a few semesters from my experience with my working adult learners. Okay, I would say Malaysian students. So now moving on, just now we have discussed about the word invite and invitation, which are different because due to the word of part of speech, which means one belongs to verb, another one belongs to noun. Okay, anyway, moving on, we have another example, which is the word fewer and less. Okay, the fact that many people don't know the difference between fewer and less is, I would say, somehow reflected to the use of, if you are a student, probably it is in your exam papers. If you notice, Erin, for example, English papers, probably in your school time, okay, not your university time, I thought you. Okay, because okay, I was once also a secondary school teacher, and I noticed the word please write an essay, not less than 200 words, for example. Not less. The word less there is wrong.
Yes.
Okay, why wrong?
Because
we have to use the word fewer instead of less. Because okay, less
uncountable, is it?
Yes, correct. Pandai. Okay. Okay, fewer refers to item that you can count individually.
Yes.
Okay, fewer is something that we can count. Okay, less, on the other hand, refers to a commodity, barang, such as sand or water that you can't count individually. Sand, water, what else? Money. Those are things that we cannot count.
Because I
Alright.
mentioned
Yes.
the words berapa perkataan yang kita perlu. So
Yes,
there's
kalau words,
350.
yes.
That's all. Mention the words.
Obviously, can
Yes.
be counted. Okay, boleh dikira.
Mhm.
Okay, so for example, there are less cakes now.
Last
Someone came into your shop, your
Mhm.
I would say your bakery shop,
Mhm.
and then you say, oh, there are less cakes now. You be hurry. So that is wrong. There are less cakes. Cakes can be counted. Boleh dikira.
Yes, few.
So there are fewer
Fewer
cakes now.
Alright.
How about, for example, we can say that, okay, in Tesco,
Mhm.
there are few counter and there's one express counter.
Mhm.
Okay, 10 items or less.
Mhm.
There's a sign there. 10 items or less. That is wrong. Okay,
10 item
or less.
or less. Oh.
Okay, they are trying to tell the customers that if you have less than 10 items
Mhm.
or even 10, you can line up at the counter. Okay,
Mhm.
at the express counter. But
so-
the word 10 items or less is wrong because those items, those goods that you are buying is something that you can count. You boleh kira.
Mhm.
Okay, so instead of saying that, probably you can say 10 items or fewer.
Oh, fewer.
Ah.
It is memang pelik. Memang I rasa satu yang
Something new.
janggal. Yeah, something new.
Something new.
Because
Okay,
kebiasaan is
Yes.
menjadi sesuatu. Tetapi benda
that
tu
is
salah,
why
wrong.
our topic for today is common mistakes.
Common mistake,
Ah,
kesalahan umum, kesalahan biasa yang
Dah
selalu
biasa dah
berlaku, kan.
sebati. Common mistakes.
Susah tu.
Okay, so we have to put a stop to the common mistakes and
Mhm.
make it right.
Mhm.
Alright, so less sand, is that right or wrong? Less sand.
Sand you mean pasir?
Pasir, yes.
Less sand, I think yes.
Yes, correct. Because sand is something that we cannot count.
uncountable.
Uncountable. Alright. Fewer grains of sand. Fewer
Fewer
grains of sand. That is correct.
Yes.
Sands you cannot count, but
Mhm.
grains of sand you can count.
What we call that kata bilang, kata
Penjodoh bilangan.
penjodoh bilangan. That's a
Yes.
fewer, less.
Yes.
That's a penjodoh bilangan. Okay.
Yes, correct. Okay, that is about fewer and less. Okay,
Mhm.
moving on. We have another example, which is amount and number.
Mhm.
Okay, these two work in the same way as less and fewer. Lebih
Mhm.
kurang, more or less the same.
Mhm.
Referring respectively to commodities and individual items.
Mhm.
Okay, satu commodities which means cannot be counted,
Mhm.
and another one is individual items which means can be counted.
Mhm.
Alright, so amount. Okay, here are the rules. Amount
Mhm.
refers to a commodity.
Mhm.
Amounts ni dia macam less.
Mhm.
Okay, amount which cannot be counted. For
Mhm.
instance, water. Okay.
Okay.
Number, on the other hand, refers to individual things that can be counted. For
Mhm.
example, birds,
Mhm.
stones,
Mhm.
handphones, tables,
Mhm.
pens. Alright, so I give one sentence. For example, a greater amount of people are eating more healthily. Dah semakin ramai orang eat clean, mengamalkan cara hidup yang sihat, diet yang sihat.
Mhm.
A greater amount of people are eating more healthily. So the you are actually referring to orang yang ramai.
Mhm.
Amount of people, is that correct?
No, because
No.
it's already greater.
Because amount of people, instead of amount of people, we can use number of people.
Number.
Yes.
Because number can count it.
Yes, can be counted. Yes, correct.
Okay.
While amount refers to commodity. People are not commodity.
Mhm.
People can be counted. Commodity like water, sand,
Yes.
sugar, flour.
Mhm.
Those are commodity. All right. So we should have said, instead of amount of people, we should have said a greater number of people are eating more healthily.
Mhm.
Alright.
Mhm. Okay, we take a break first.
Yeah, sure.
And after this song, maybe we can continue. What is our next?
All right.
that nobody knows where the rivers flow, and I call it home. And there's no more lies, and the darkness is light, and nobody cries. There's only butterflies. Take me away, a secret love, sweet escape. Take me away, take me away, to better days. Take me away, a hiding place. Take me away.
Suara FM Citra Generasi Informatif. A common mistake among Malaysian students.
Okay, so not only Malaysian students, probably can be done by anyone.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so moving on to the next example that I can share here. This is something I would say something we always see, very important but yet forgotten. Okay, for example, we have two abbreviations. Okay, what does it mean by? Okay, in the first place, let me explain by the meaning of abbreviation. Abbreviation means perkataan yang disingkatkan. For example, AM, PM, singkatan.
Acronyms. Okay.
More or less the same. Okay. Abbreviation, acronyms is it's more like
Short like
yes, something
Malaysia is become MAS or something like that.
which have been shortened.
Okay.
Abbreviation, on the other hand, is more to something that stands for.
Stands for.
Okay, like AM, but we have A dot M dot P dot M and then dot. The same thing as IE and EG.
IE
and EG or etc.
etc. Okay.
ETC. All right.
EC. Alright.
Right. So okay, now I'm going to discuss about IE and EG. I dot E and dot. Okay, that's how it goes. And then we have E dot G dot. Okay, between these two abbreviations, these are commonly confused. Okay, and many people use them interchangeably. For example, IE, okay, means that is sebenarnya iaitu. While EG on the other hand means for example. But unfortunately, okay, but and unfortunately cannot come together. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, unfortunately, okay, unfortunately, EG, okay, as a common mistake, has been found, okay, often by me or probably by you also, used as that is. Sebenarnya EG means, for example, but kadang-kadang we have provided a few facilities for our clients to enjoy their stay at our hotel, e.g., for example, so you are giving them example, e.g., parking slots, okay, swimming pools, okay, Wi-Fi, e.g.
EG is including, is it? EG is?
Example.
Example. EG.
Okay,
G
example.
for what? G for what?
EG for example.
Oh, EG for example.
Okay. So for example, he objects to the changes. Contohnya dia buat macam ayat dia macam ni. He liked many different cheeses. He liked many different cheeses. I.e. cheddar, camembert and brie. Okay, those are examples of cheeses. But dia pakai IE, which is wrong.
In example.
Sebab you are giving options, you bagi pilihan, so it should be EG. He liked many different cheeses, e.g. cheddar, camembert and brie. That's how we go. That's why this is like something very confusing, because the use of IE and EG may be quite similar to certain people. Okay, sebenarnya kalau you bagi contoh tapi bukan benda tu yang dia suka, bukan semuanya dia makan, tapi contoh cheese yang pelbagai, kita pakai EG, example. Okay, but for something that dia memang buat, okay, he objects to the changes. Dia menentang perubahan. Okay, i.e. he won't be accepting them. Something that dia memang betul-betul buat. So i.e. iaitu.
Okay, that mean EG you state the pilihan yang
yes,
ada
the
lah,
options,
or the
correct.
option. But IE is just you bagi tahu apa dia buat satu tu. You tak mention dia buat dia tak bagi pilihan kat situ, dia bagi tahu apa yang dia buat. Okay, now I understand. I can get it. Okay.
IE means that is.
Okay, we want to take a break first,
Yes,
okay?
sure.
And then we continue after this. My Suara FM. Oh, so many breaks.
Try to digest.
I was there all along. When you be doing things I would want you. I picture you and me all along. I'm wishing you were someone I can talk to. I gotta get you out. But baby girl, I gotta see you once again. Again. It's real love that you don't know about. When I go to sleep, I couldn't stop dreaming about you. You know what's got me feeling me. I really can't see me without you. And now you're right around my head. I'm never gonna let you go away again, again. It's real love that you don't know about. Every now and then when I want you, I'll step and tell you that I want you. If I get the chance to talk with you, if I get the chance to walk with you, you know it's all for me. You don't know about. Today when I saw you alone, I know I have to come up without you. 'Cause girl, I really gotta let you know all about the things you make me go through. And now she looking at me in the eye. And now you got me open night dreaming again, again. It's real love that you don't know about. Every now and then when I want you, I will step and tell you that I want you. If I get the chance to talk with you, if I get the chance to walk with you, you know it's all for me. I never have to go once again, again. It's real love that you don't know about. You don't never know what to take from me. No, 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 no. Always don't feel for you. I got a lot of love to show you. I know you're right there for me. I see you dancing for me. No, no, girl, I need your love. Baby, I need your love. Right.
FM Citra Generasi Informatif. Okey, Miss Wan tadi tertanya-tanya apa itu EG? Apa? Kenapa EG?
Yes,
Kenapa
why EG and why IE? All right. Okay,
Cuba.
to our listeners out there, especially to those who are just joining us, we are now in Fun Friday with English with a topic of common mistakes done by Malaysian. I would say Malaysian, or it can be Malaysian students. All right, so just now we just discussed about the difference between the use of IE and EG. These two abbreviations, for everyone's informations, are Latin terms. Okay, and IE stands for id est, ID and EST. Okay, that means that is, yaitu, yakni. Okay, while on the other hand, EG stands for, which also a Latin phrase, okay, means exempli gratia. EXEMPLI GRATIA, exempli gratia, which means for example. okay, let's say when I was younger, now also young, but when I was younger, I always I always wonder why, for example, they don't make abbreviation EX. You know, kan example, why it has to be EG? Okay, so now we know that EG, they took it from Latin phrase which mean exempli gratia, which means for example. Alright, so now we know that IE and EG are all from Latin. Alright, so probably we can move on to another example, Erin. Okay, now let's talk about the difference between the use of who and whom.
Who and whom.
Okay, these two are also, I would say, common mistakes. I would say common misunderstanding or common confusion, okay, experienced by us, including me once upon a time. So now let me tell you that who refers to the subject of a sentence. Okay, let's say in one whole sentence there's only one subject. For example, who is the culprit of this? Siapa yang buat kerja ni? Who do the driving? Okay, who will be coming here? Okay, but let's say in one sentence there are a few characters. There will be
Whom.
They will
I teringat satu ayat tadi you ada tanya I. So I baru teringat. Okay, when whom you say
to whom it may concern.
like this cake made by whom? Is it something? Is it, you or him? Something like that.
Who made this cake?
Who made this cake?
Who made this cake? It's who?
No, not whom. No, by whom is it?
No, who made this cake? Who baked this cake is who.
Okay.
But this cake is baked by whom?
Yes.
Whom at the back? Yes. Okay. So we can say that who refers to the subject of the sentence. Kalau who, okay. But whom refers to the object. Kalau dia jadi object, then we use whom. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, who and whom work in the same way as he or him. Kan he depan subject and him usually we use it at the back, so it's function as an object. Okay, so you can work out which you should use by asking yourself the following. For example, who did this? Oh, he did. So kita pakai who sebab dia kita refer dekat siapa as a subject. He did. So he bukan him. Okay. So who here is correct. But whom should I invite? So orang jawab invite him. So we notice. Okay. So now we can see clearly the function of who and whom, which closely related to the use of he and him. Okay, whom should I invite? Oh, you can invite him. So because of the him, not he, so kita pakai whom. Whom should I invite? Invite him. So whom. Okay, so whom is correct. For example, who shall I invite? Who is wrong. So instead of who, kita pakai whom shall I invite? Whom is responsible? That is correct or no? Who is responsible?
Yes.
Wrong.
Who is?
It should be who only, not whom. Okay. Who is responsible? He is responsible. Look at the answer. He is responsible. We don't say him is responsible. So the answer is who. Okay, I give you another sentence. Okay, and then you tell me whether it is correct or not. He was the only person that wanted to come. He was the only person that wanted to come. That, the use of that. This is not between who and whom. This is between who and that.
Repeat the words.
Okay. He was the only person that wanted to come. That.
I don't think that's not correct, is it?
Instead of using the word that, we use who.
Yes.
That is often used incorrectly in a place for who and whom. Okay, when referring to a person, okay, we should use the word who rather than that. Okay, so just now we talk about the difference between who and whom and who and that. All right, so now we know, we can recap that the use of that Okay, we don't use it for referring to a person. We use who. And the difference between who and whom, we use who to refer to the subject, while we use whom to refer to the object. All right, so I think probably that's all for today.
Yeah, for this week.
We hope that you have found this session, this on-air session, a useful reference guide as you continue your journey to become fluent in English. So if you would like to learn more about the ins and outs of English grammar particularly, do join us. Okay, please be consistent in following us, because I would say that what I'm sharing with you is following the steps.
Yeah,
I have my the level of I would say
syllabus. You want to say syllabus because you are a lecturer, so
yeah, probably. I have my own plans. I would say a kind of syllabus.
you bring here.
Nah. Okay, so stay tuned with us. Same time, same day.
Inshallah, next week it will be our last session for 2017. Is it?
Yes, correct.
So still cannot say it. So still cannot wish New Year yet.
No, yes, correct.
Because
Alright.
I will take a long leave.
Long leave.
Yeah, until
How long is your long?
a year.
Oh, seriously?
Until the next year.
All right, so see you again next year, Erin. So I'll be
inshallah.
with another DJ, I
Yes,
suppose.
of course.
All right, so to all listeners out there, don't forget to support us.
Yeah.
And just sharing with you, this slot is a collaboration between My Suara FM and UUM Kuala Lumpur. So hope to see you
Yeah.
again. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.